What's going on, guys? It's the NC Shooter. I want to give you a quick look at this Mosin rifle I just got finished sporterizing. I actually got this rifle. I paid 40 bucks for this gun. When I first got it, of course it didn't have this on here. I had to actually take a hammer and beat the bolt to get it to open. It was so rusted shut. This gun was in absolutely horrible condition. Everything was rusted together. It had been sitting in a barn for a long time. Run across it, and minus the bolt handle, scope mount, and the scope, this is how I found the gun. Of course, minus the butt pad too here. I found it with the stock cut and sanded like you see it, which whoever done it did a really good job. There was absolutely no sights on the gun, no front sight, no rear sight, and I can't even find where the rear sight used to be. There is absolutely no markings. The bluing even looks, continual. I don't see where somebody maybe sanded it and re-blued it. I don't see anything like that. Don't know if this rifle was done this way years back. This is a finish Mosin. Did a little bit of research. Had some guys on YouTube point me in the right direction, and I found a few sites that told me a little bit about it. But you can see the SA there, which stands for finish rifle. But whoever did this did a good job. Don't know how long ago it was, but they did a real nice job. But I've done a few modifications to it. I wanted to turn it into a hunting rifle since it was already somewhat sported. So got the ATI bolt handle. You see I've got two bolts in it. The one bolt was working okay, but with it tightened down and Loctited, I could still slide this bolt back and forth just a little bit, and this end was moving up and down. So I simply went in my junk drawer, took the tap that came with the kit, and started picking out bolts that I laid up to the threads on the tap. And when I found one that matched, that was long enough, I drilled and tapped with what they sent me and tightened her down, and now it's solid as it can be. You can pick the rifle up by this bolt. It is not going anywhere. And then of course I did my little sand in here with the Dremel. I still got to put some urethane on that, some stain maybe. But I got this gun cleaned up, and as smooth as it can be. You can tell the gun's been shot looking at the bore. The rifling's somewhat worn, but well, yesterday, as a matter of fact, I chopped the barrel. I chopped about that much off the barrel and did a homemade crown job. See if I can get you a decent look at this crown I put on this rifle. It's not beautiful by any means, but I smoothed it out, sanded it. I used a brass lapping tool and some lapping compound, and when I took the end of this barrel was pitted and the rifling was gone. And since I have cut it down, this is an entirely new rifle. Now I know some of you are going to say, oh, you screwed up your barrel, you didn't use a tool, that's not an 11 degree crown. This gun shoots amazingly now. Just that little bit, 1.5 inches off the end of that barrel, this is a whole new rifle. I mean, I'm holding some really tight groups at 100 yards. I've got a target out here. See if I can zoom in. Out there in the field. That out there is 150 yards. And that target on the left, if I can keep from shaking, is only about 5 inches wide and about a foot tall. And I'm hitting that thing, a lot of the craters in the steel are touching each other. And that's 150 yards from my shooting table right here on the front porch. So this is going to be a deer rifle. I believe that's sufficient for my needs. I throw the old cheap scope on here using a J-Meck scope mount. If you're not familiar with J-Meck scope mounts, I have fell in love with this thing. I was going to get the ATI kit, tap it, but heard some bad things, so I thought about getting the rock solid mounting system and tapping it, but I didn't really want to drill my receiver and tap it. I heard about the J-Meck, figured I'd give it a shot. Took me about 3 weeks to get my mount made and shipped out to me, but he's local here. I'm a North Carolina guy, and he's right up the road here next to Charlotte, so that really helped out. Got my mount in 2 days from when he told me. And all this does is this band right here just squeezes to the receiver. You take your stock off. It gives you very, very detailed instructions. I mean, it comes with a good packet of instructions that tells you how to do this. You bolt your band up on this side, wrap it under the receiver, get you a rubber mallet, and kind of form it to the receiver, and then bend it right here. See if you can see this. This band will come up straight, and you have to fold it over. It's got 2 holes pre-drilled. Stick your bolts down through there, take your block and tighten her up, and it squeezes that band to the receiver, and you're ready to go. Now this works really good on this rifle. This is a hex receivered rifle, so it kind of positions itself centered because of the hexed receiver. Now if you got a round receiver, it makes it a little bit more difficult, but it can still be done. I've seen quite a few videos of round receiver Mosins with these J-Meck mounts on them, and they're working great. I got it zeroed, and I'm telling you, that mounting system is really working. But there you go, that's my Mosin. That's, believe it, all I'm gonna do with it. I'm thinking about painting it. Thinking about taking some of that old Krylon paint, painting it up. It's nothing special. I gave 40 bucks for the rifle, 70 bucks for the mount, 20 bucks for the bolt here. So you do the math there. I've got probably 150 bucks in this rifle, maybe a little better. But 150 bucks in this rifle, and there you go. It's ready for the deer woods. Now I ordered this here Wolf Military Classic 200 grain soft point, and to be honest with you, when I first got the rifle, this would shoot even before I cut my barrel down. This ammo right here would shoot pretty accurately out of it. From what I understand, the finished rifles were supposedly made for a heavier bullet. I don't know, but these were shooting great. Now the Silver Bear 174 grain full metal jacket, we're not shooting so hot out of it. But since I have cut my barrel, even those are shooting great now. These are super accurate out of this rifle. These Wolfs are. I just got these, found these at a Bass Pro Shop. 180 grain jacketed soft point. So I'm hoping that this gun's gonna shoot these great. You see the price there, $24.95. Don't know what it would be in your area, but that's 25 bucks. But hopefully these will do good for the deer woods, deer or wild boar, you see. But 180 grain soft point out of this thing will take down about anything you aim it at. So I haven't shot any of these yet, but I'm hoping these are going to be pretty accurate rounds. And I've also got a box of Herder's 180 grain jacketed soft point on the way too. So we'll see what that does. But I really like this stuff. It's a little heavier, 200 grain, and I'm telling you, it is very accurate out of this rifle. It really surprised me. For a cheap, you know, Wolf Military Classic, this stuff is doing great. I mean, I love these rounds right here. Like I say, I haven't shot the Winchester stuff, so I may really like those, their accuracy, but this stuff here is nice. I mean, these things have surprised me. But I can't find any more. I got 2 boxes from AIM Surplus about, oh, I don't know, a month or 2 ago when I first got this rifle, because I knew I was going to make it for hunting, so I found 2 boxes and ordered them. And now nobody has the 200 grain soft point in the Wolf Military Classic anymore. No one. I can't even find a 200 grain soft point in any brand. But I've got a few, and for deer woods, you know, I'm not going to be shooting these a lot. So there you go, that's my Mosin. This J-Meck mount really works. If you don't want to drill and tap your receiver, go to J-Meck scope mounts. I'm telling you, those things, I'm really shocked. The only thing I did do, probably a little ghetto, but you can see the little crusty here. I actually took some advanced formula super glue, and when I got it all tightened down, I let it sit up overnight and let the band and everything kind of, I'm not going to say this word right, but acclimate to the rifle. When I woke up the next morning, I immediately checked it, and it had stretched some, so I tightened it again, and since then it has been flawless. But I dripped some advanced formula super glue. But a drip there, drip there, drip there, drip there, did it on both sides. And because I'm too cheap and I didn't want to actually go out and buy Loctite, I dripped some on my bolts here, and they're holding in good. So super glue, if you don't have thread locker, use some super glue. Works good. But there you go, J-Meck scope mount. Yes, it's an NC Star, but it's holding up. It's holding zero good on this rifle. I mean, NC Star is cheap, but hey, I have absolutely no complaints with that scope there. It came on my 308 Remington 700, but I figured this would be more well suited. putting it on the Mosin. You know, $50 scope, $40 rifle. When your scope costs more than your rifle, that's really something to brag about. There you go, that's my Mosin. Tell me what you think. I'm thinking about painting it. So, I don't know how that's gonna work. Get some of that Krylon camo like old Grubcat used. I really believe I wanna throw some paint on this rifle. Turn it into a beater, a Deerwoods beater. Alright guys, this is North Carolina Shooter. I appreciate you taking time to watch my video. And if you know where I can get some 200 grain soft point, please send me a PM. Alright guys, y'all take care.